Hello guys, how you doing? So today I wanted to make this video because I had some thoughts in my mind I wanted to share with the rest of the world. So, alright, so I was thinking about the thought about aliens that we see mostly in our in the movies and TV shows in general, and how true it is, and how it can be improved. So I don't really agree with it, if you ask me, because it's hard enough to imagine something on this planet, we don't even know most of the creations, the creatures that are here on this planet, and how different they are from each other and from us eventually. And we are imagining something totally alien, something totally different from a different world altogether. Not just that's just scary, it's very strange to say the least. And for example, let's say the movies that they show aliens. Probably the worst example I could find was the Transformers. I don't know what to think about that. How the F are they aliens? Why are they cars? And why do they look like human shape? Okay, they could look like anything, and why do they look like humans? And everything about that was very off-putting. I know what you're thinking. It's just a movie, just enjoy it. What is wrong with you? I get it totally, I agree. Just because the only factor for which one might enjoy it was that it looked cool. That's the only reason. If you talk about anything else, you talk about the chemistry, the physics, and especially biology, it falls flat. It's just a disaster. First of all, the physics is wrong. How are they powering themselves? And if you say the engine, of course, duh, it's a car. Well, where is the noise for that? And engines are not efficient 100%. Where's the heat? Where's the light? Where's the sound of that engine? And how are they refueling each other? And they're like big sizes robots or whatever the fuck they are. Like the organic life, I don't even know if that's organic. How are they refueling themselves with sun? I don't see panels. If they use gasoline, I don't know. I don't see them, refueling each other once in a while, because they would require shit ton of energy from fossil fuel if they were to use it. How else? I don't know. So the physics is straight up wrong. Secondly, the biology, how are they seeing? Do cars have cameras? I don't know. The new ones do, but for some reason they have lights as eyes. How do they see from lights of a car, headlights? And how do they speak? Do cars have vocal cords? And how do they sense balance? Do they have inner ears? And what else? Let's not talk about smelling, because come on. And let's not even go to reproduction, because oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just too metallic. Oh my god. What else? So yes, yeah. What else? Imagining an alien is just, I think it's an absurd task. It's the most difficult thing in the world, I think, imaginable. If you are a fiction writer, if you are a movie director, then dealing with aliens is one of the harshest things you can do. And the reason for that is life on our planet is diverse enough to cause so much trouble, let alone imagining an alien life. First of all, okay, I'll give you an example. For example, let's talk about eyes. Just vision, just the sense of vision, okay? Look at the diversification, look at the biodiversification of eyes on our planet. Okay, the sheer difference between my eyes, between the eyes of a cat, the eyes that can see in the dark, as good as in daylight. The eyes of an owl, the eyes of a falcon, the eyes some organisms have on the either side of their head. Some organisms have like 50 or 100 eyes. Some organisms can see 360, some see 180. Some even don't have eyes, like the jellyfish or whatever, or like I don't know, those mollusks. And they don't complain about like that. They move on with their life fine, I guess. You don't see them like complaining, like, I don't have eyes. Come on, we don't see them bumping into each other, right? They have other senses for their advantage, and they hunt and they eat. Okay, stingrays, I don't know, maybe they do, I don't know. But the point is, there's so much difference in organic life that this is just one example, and it's scary. I mean, and we're not even going like microscopic, like bacteria and viruses. I mean, they are very living. I mean, let's not talk about viruses because there is a debate, but the bacteria are totally living organisms, and they reproduce and they do all sorts of stuff. So yeah. And I mean, imagining aliens now, first of all, we don't even know what kind of life they are. They're organic life. Are they carbon based too? Maybe they're silicon based. I don't know. And the idea of them looking like us is like 1 in a million, 1 in a billion even. I don't know. It's unbelievably not possible. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, imagine that. For example, for a second, let's think about it. We are, the way we look is because of the factors of our planet and the conditions of our planet. The gravity, the atmosphere, oxygen saturation, atmospheric saturation, carbon content, the soil content, neon, ozone, whatever. Like every little single thing dictates how we look like, how we behave, what we do. And why are we bipedal? Like everything has a reason. Why don't we walk on 4? Why do we talk rather than not? And what's up with our skin color? From every little single detail has a very specific reason behind why it is today. And that same applies to aliens, right? Like, you're talking about a whole different world altogether. I mean, come on. That is the scariest thought you can have. That's the scariest thought I can have. I mean, when people see the pictures of Mars, they're like, oh, Mars. No, that picture is scary as F. Like, come on. You're looking at a different planet. You're looking at a different world. Okay? I mean, a world, for perspective, is everything for us as human beings and for every other animal. Let's just not talk about lower life form. For us, like whatever we talk about, whatever we think, whatever our aspirations are, we live and die, whatever we can think of, it belongs to this planet called Earth. Okay? And you're talking about a different Earth, a different planet. That's the most alien thing. And that is the scariest thing you can think of. And yeah. And of course, I mean, if you really think about it, it is not just a very hard topic. It's unbelievably imaginative. The other example I would like to give is a movie called the Europa Reports. And it's not a very good movie, I think. I don't know. I mean, I liked it very much because I'm into space movies, I guess. And I don't know if it's considered to be a good or not. And it's not a very big film. It's a very, like, not common, very low budget, I guess. And not a lot of people even know that it exists. So the premise of the whole film is that a group of scientists, for some reason, I don't know, maybe the planet is going to crap, and they're on a spaceship rocket, and they are going to Europa. I think that's a moon of Jupiter, and it is anticipated in the scientific community that there is life on Europa or Titan, like the planets of Jupiter and Saturn. So that crew goes to Europa, I guess, and they die, okay? because that's what they do. All right, that's a film, and they die all together and slowly, and they don't show the aliens. Okay, it's in the water first of all, and at the very last minute, at the very last second, the very last frame of the film, I think, is that they show the alien, and people really hated that part because they're like, what the F? You really are gonna show that after so much anticipation? And there was so much anticipation throughout the whole film, because like they went there and everybody died, and I was like, they're not gonna show it, right? Because like it's just a few minutes now, but they did, and I was glad. And people had big problem with that alien because like it looked like a jellyfish or something like that, and they're like, really, you flew millions of miles from the home and this is what you found? Like straight up jellyfish, same as there is on Earth. And I agree. I mean, it's a total valid reason to, blame them. Because like, yeah, it wouldn't be like that. It would not look like, most likely would not look like a jellyfish. It was like something that has a few tentacles, I guess. And it was biofluorescent. And yeah, that was about it. And it was killing them. I don't know how, but it was killing them. But it was a good reveal. I loved it. I loved the whole film and I loved the reveal. For that time, it was exciting for me, okay? I'm sorry, but it was. Because it was a little imaginative. It wasn't that imaginative, but it was good enough, I guess, to start from. Because it was based on the premise that life started on this planet, just like on Earth. Which we don't know, maybe not, because like did they have a thermal vent, what do you call them, the volcanic, the chemical soup that caused the progenation of life on our planet? Do they have that, or is it somewhere, is it somehow it's different? We don't know. So yeah. So that's what we imagined, that first of all the bacteria, the archaic bacteria from the cyanobacteria, and then multicellular, I don't know, and mollusks formation, and yeah, there you go, the jellyfish. So it is the same as Earth, which we don't know if it can be. Maybe life starts somehow else. It could be anything. The factors could be anything. And yeah. But I applaud the effort, really I do. And yeah, obviously the gravity is different and it's underwater. We don't know the oxygen saturation, or does it even need the oxygen? We don't know. We don't know how the metabolism, respiration works for that organism. Does it even need oxygen? So, yeah, the factors are like hundreds, okay? And that makes the difference, I think. So yeah, I applaud the effort, but we have to understand the effect that it would have on the imagination of aliens. For example, if a planet has more gravity, let's say, the organisms are gonna have strong, bulky legs. And if the gravity is less, then they will be slim and slender and they'll be hopping around. And yeah, that's how evolution would take them. What else? The oxygen saturation, yeah, the metabolism, the respiration rate would be increased. That'll cause them to grow bigger, much bigger in size, just like happened on our planet like millions of years ago with bugs and insects. And what else? Other factors. I mean, as many as you can link, it will cause a difference, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. For example, the biodiversification on our planet is an evidence itself. For example, a tiger has stripes because that's what its habitat required. That's what natural selection and the nature, gave it, right? That's how it succeeded. And why do we not have the tigers with the plus signs or with the boxes on there? Because maybe they couldn't survive the habitat. Or why do the lions have skin the color of sand or whatever? Because that's the color of the savanna. That's the color of the land they live in. And that's the camouflage they get. Same thing goes for all the other insects, some reptiles, whatever. So evolution dictates everything about a living organism in a nutshell, right? The reason why fish decided to come out of the sea, because they had reasons to, okay? There were benefits to be on land, but there were some disadvantages too, okay? That's why the eggs had shell. And in the sea, there is no need for the shell. Actually, it'll make things more complicated. But on planet, you need to give the egg some nutrition too. And that's just a part of the egg. And why do they need wings? Okay, what are they going to do with that? Well, there are specific reasons for that too. And, that's how impactful biology is, just on our planet and just for our circle of life. Now, I'll give you the one last example of the best interpretation I can think of aliens right now. And that is, I don't know if you know about that film. It's called Arrival. And Amy Adams is in that film. And it is also about aliens. But the interpretation is just amazing. I so much applaud the imagination of the writer and director. The way they presented Alien was just superb. It was so imaginative. And that is exactly the way you should do it. Because they have no obligation, the aliens are under no obligation to make sense to us. Okay? They don't need, the last thing they need to do is to look like us. That will just ruin everything. They don't need to speak. They might even not need to see. They might just talk telepathically. They might hear from the ground. It could be wildly different. It could be unbelievably different. And that's what they captured to some extent. To a large extent, that's what they captured in that film. That the aliens are so different. And they hired a language expert, I think. And no, it was an amazing take on aliens. Because that's what you should expect. Okay, you cannot expect a man and call him an alien and give him 2 horns or and be like, yeah, that's just alien, because that's how it is. The existence of humans on our planet is an odd in itself, and it is an unbelievable odd if you really think about it. It is 1 in a million, to be honest. At any moment you change one thing and we would not be here, straight up. So yeah, I would encourage people to take that into consideration whenever. So if you are, for example, I would like to motivate you, if you want to be a writer or director or filmmaker or whatever, if you're a creative person, an artist, just think about all the equations in the matter. All right. Think about all the things that can affect the outcome, that can impact the outcome. And then you will reach the stage where people will start showing interest in your work. Because if you think about everything, then you decrease the chance of mistake. Then you decrease the chance of unbelievability. And that is very important. If people can relate to it, always remember, if people can relate to it, then they will start becoming emotional about it. And if they start becoming emotional about it, they will care about it. And then they will become emotionally invested in that art. And now you have succeeded. That's it. That's the only way to it, basically. Okay? That's the reason why many people can relate to different insect people in Star Wars. They're not people, but we know they carry something human. Their ambitions, their motivations, the goodwill, whatever you want to call it, and you have to carry that deep human emotion to make people, care for it. So yeah, that's all I have for today, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and and keep thinking, keep creating stuff, keep doing what you do, and all the best. Take care. Love you all.